welcome to PolRev Live, Revolution Televised, holiday edition. And we stream until the new year. Today, we're going to be talking about the Alabama Senate race that happened last week, as well as the net neutrality vote and the aftermath and forward. And last but not least, the GOP Tax Bill. Eddie and Karsh today to welcome, guys.
Evening, how's it going?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
All right. So before we actually an agenda today, we actually want to talk a little bit about our internal organizing plan for 2018. The moderators and some of our volunteers and the leaders that work with the PAC actually had a summit last week, and we talked about everything from the great victories that we've had this past year in terms of candidates winning, some of the strong volunteers that we've seen come through, and then the growth that we've seen both on the community and your Slack. And then we also are talking about what we're going to do going forward, moving into 2018. Next year is going to be a huge year with the midterms. Have any chance of moving forward and actually get the majority of the Republicans a lot of effort and a lot of grassroots effort. If there's been any trend that's shown this past year, it's that activism equates to high turnout. Progressive values are generating high turnout. With your help, everyone getting involved, we're definitely going to see some exciting and get out the vote efforts for next year. Things that we're doing to prepare for this, doing a volunteer page redesign. So right now our webpage, politicalrevolution.com/volunteer, you can join our
Republicans
Slack.
late Friday afternoon unveiled the final text of their bill to rewrite the tax
also,
code, which they are racing to send to President Trump's debt.
You can join our Slack, and then you can also fill out a form, and then we will email you and assign you to a specific team. That is a little bit backed up right now. We received an overwhelming after the Republicans tax bill through the House, about between 80 and 100 signups actually. So we are making sure that for 2018 we're going to be able to invite everybody and have them be as productive as possible. But of course, our main for anyone working with us is that you're just using your natural skill set. We're doing we're going to redesign the volunteer webpage to make it easier for people to just have the information, which is another thing that we're doing. We're actually going to record training videos. Down of what we do here and every media interaction and engagement broadcasting, writing. We actually are we have a Medium publication. We've had a lot of people and write. People are interested in taking that to the next level as well. So hopefully content turned out of that year. This is kind of everything we discussed at our little internal summit. You're going to see actually there's a end of the year survey for the subreddit that's going to help us more and tell us where to put our focuses for 2000. Actually, a Google form that I think we'll put in the description, and then you can see it on the subreddit as well. Karsh, did you have anything to say about the subreddit? I don't think we have any AMAs upcoming, but we might be doing a holiday raffle for activism. So definitely.
Yeah, seems like we've kind of turned down the pace with AMAs for the remainder of this year, but we're amping up kind of for the new the video AMA process. So you're going to see more of that coming from our team. We want to try and diversify and get more of a discussion going and use that medium. So that's why we're also looking for the video volunteers to kind of jump in on we'll, like Chloe, you were saying, training for team video. So come join us on Team Slack and on our Slack, and we'll be a team. So definitely looking towards 2018 now, right? So a bunch of candidates we had already with working with BNCJ. We want to see if we can bring them back, and so that's something subreddit and for the rest of 2017 into next year. Yeah.
With broadcast engagement content that we have in there is really exciting. We're going to be many things as well as original content, and you can develop that content if you're interested in actually developing content for this, becoming a producer. Something that you can do here. It's likes to start projects and lead them. It's definitely the kind of people that work in the environment. So definitely sign up at politicalrevolution.com/volunteer, or and there's a link to join our Slack there as well. So I think that's for the meta updates for you guys. We'll be sending out email updates once we have all that structural stuff. Have that done probably by January, and then updates. You can sign up on the website, volunteer, and you'll actually be formally invited to the Slack when we have those training videos up. So now to talking about the aftermath of the Alabama Senate. So I think there was a highly contested Senate race between Roy Moore and Doug Jones, and I think, well, Doug Jones won. It like a progressive win, I think, but it gives us one more seat against the majority, and it was an unexpected win for sure. It kind of took ahead right up into the last minute there. And now there's pressure in the seat before, or the Democrats are pressuring the Republicans to not move forward with any votes until Doug Jones has actually taken a seat. There's a lot of contest. And that'll definitely affect vote, or the tax bill vote. The final vote count was about 671,000 votes for Doug Jones and 650,000 votes for Roy Moore. So there's a little more of a point difference, but as the results were coming in, Times results article actually had live estimates of the final vote. Watch that going back and forth. At one point, it was a greater than 50% chance of him winning, I think, but it would go down to like 65%. And oh no, predicted that he would win from the beginning, and it was a good end of the year. and it'll give me hope for 2018 for sure. Southern state of progressivism rise in the South, actually.
Yeah, that was one of the cool things about this race. That the mobilization on the ground that the local and the state DNC, well, not DNC, Democrats actually did to organize and galvanize and get out the vote. Right, it was the highest percentage of African American women voting in an election, I think about 20, 30 years back. I would pull up that stat, but I don't have the article right now. But yeah, the South is definitely starting to mold towards a blue wave. We saw progressive wins last year or this year. So it's looking forward. Doug Jones may not be as progressive as we hope, but it's also about finding the majority.
Absolutely. Eddie, what did you think about that race?
Well, I was kind of fangirling in the background with everyone. During that night, it was kind of fun. It's definitely a blow to the Republicans. If you saw a lot of congressional Republicans, they're definitely going at Steve Bannon, I guess, as their scapegoat for them losing the most conservative state in the union, other than Oklahoma. And we have seen progressive wins in Oklahoma, in all these places where you wouldn't expect something like this to happen. As you said, the demographics did really come out for Doug Jones. After, black women and black men, they definitely came out to vote in numbers higher than it was. And we're seeing that, people, because Alabama, they passed a law allowing African Americans to get their voting rights back, who are former felons. It's their vote, and this is what happens. And now the Republicans are because law. You could probably think in a place like Dean Heller's seat in Nevada. Yeah, Dean Heller's seat or John McCain's seat, but in a place like Alabama, the last one, it has not had a Democrat in 25 years. If the tide continues as it looks like it, 2018 could probably be, the demise of the Republican wave, and maybe the Democrats could maybe take back something. And if we can push those, we should look for Democratic wins and whatever we can. But if it's a Democratic race, safe there. Well, in any race in general, but especially in places we know the Democrats are going to stay. That's my 2 cents.
Absolutely. The rest of there were a couple other elections for that day.
Yeah,
Iowa. At the top of the subreddit. In Iowa State Senate District, Jim Karen Carlin, the Republican candidate, won. And then there was a Democratic primary for State Senate District 26. John Knight, the top 2 candidates, John Knight and David Burkett, on that. So, other races, again, you can view all that. It's pinned to the top of the subreddit right now. They said there was over 24 million